Hey guys, it's the Retro Guy here. So today I'm going to show you a way for you to basically replace those CMOS or PRAM batteries on old Macintoshes. So not all models, of course, will have this sort of battery here that basically disconnecting now. So this battery here, as you can see, is it's like a little box that gets shipped onto the main board using like Velcros. And a lot of old performers, for example, they still use those sort of batteries. Like to replace those, if you actually go to eBay to look for a new battery like this, it's going to cost you like a lot of money. It really costs a lot, like around maybe, I don't know, 30 quid or something like this. It's ridiculous. So the thing is, this is a 4.5 volt battery. Let me get it out here. Yeah. So this is a 4.5 volt battery. Yeah, see here, you see? So this is a 4.5 volt battery. It's not special at all. Like one easy way for you to basically replace that is what I'm going to do here. Never done that. It's the first time, by the way, but I saw at eBay this here. So this is like a AAA battery compartment with a cable. You see, like it's not done. It's let me open this. You see, like it's nothing special at all. Like just a battery compartment. That's all. And what I'm going to do basically is tap the endings here into this connector here, and off you go. There is not much else to be done. And then of course add the batteries here and this should work. So very cheap way for you to replace those batteries, and more importantly, like it will allow you to replace those whenever needed very easily, right? So about the price, as you can see here, I paid like £7.35 for this pack, and I have, yeah, there is 4. So one that is on the table and 3 more here. So I bought 4, right, of those. And so just making the math here is going to cost like around maybe 1 dot something pounds per one of those. And this is like UK eBay seller, so it arrived to me like 3 days after I purchased. So it's very easy to find anywhere, to be honest. There's nothing special about this, and you can even make one at home if you want to. So yeah, that's it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to basically replace the connector here. I'm going to do that off cam, and I'm going to put everything back together. I'm even going to add the Velcro here to actually set that in place, and then I'll let you guys know whether or not this worked. And let's be honest here, it has to work. There is, again, nothing special about this. It's a 4.5 battery here, right? And alkaline, as you can see. So there is nothing special about this. So it has to work. So, well, that's my feeling at least. So I'll let you know when I finish with this. Okay, so here is the finished product. So it's already with the batteries in, as can be seen here. I took the path of actually splicing the ends together because it was much easier than replacing the connectors here, because those are too old. They were a bit oxidized, so I cleaned them up using vinegar. Turned out great, as can be seen here, hopefully. Very difficult to focus, but well, anyways, it looks okay now. Anyways, it was basically spliced together, and it looks okay. So let me just show that it's working. So this is one end. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky here, but hopefully, yeah, so there you go. was very fast, but yeah, you can see it, right? So 4.77 volts, yeah, which is basically what we need for this to work. So the next step is basically like putting this in the motherboard like this. It doesn't have to be very attached, and just put the cable back, turn it on, and see if the battery is actually holding and preserving the CMOS or the PRAM content, which it should. So I'm going to do this next. I'm not really going to use this board here. I'm actually going to use the board on this Mac here. So the black one. So the one that I removed, as you can see, is from the 6200 there. And I'm going to actually try this out on this guy here, just because this guy is already connected and ready to go. This one, we need the monitor and everything else. That's the main point. Right, so I'm going to do that, and I'm coming back with the results. So stick with me. Okay, so this is the black Mac motherboard. So this is a 5500 Macintosh Power Mac. So I'm adding the battery pack here. Right, like that, and connecting the cable to the, okay, so to the right pins in the right order, like this. And that's it. That's all is needed. It doesn't look beautiful, but trust me on that, it should just work. So putting the motherboard back to the host. Like this. So one thing that I learned about, those Macs is if it is not going through, don't force it. There you go. Make sure it's in place. And so this is the FM and the TV card. So this Mac actually has the video, the AV card in, and it has the FM and the antenna, basically inputs for the TV and FM. Of course the TV doesn't work because nowadays everything is digital and this is analog. So unless I can find like some sort of digital to analog sort of converter, I will never be able to use this TV here. But interestingly enough, like if I plug in like an Atari here using the channel 3 thing, it actually works. I tested it, and wow, that's something, right? And this one here, I can actually use the monitor on this Mac for composite input here as well. So for older video games and stuff like that, so which is actually great. Okay, so I'm going to put back the cover later on. Let's first plug this in and see if things work as expected. So the way I'm going to test this is very easy, basically. So let's turn it on. Oh yeah, it helps if I plug the ADB cable in, of course. So plugging the ADB cable in here. Come on. Good. Okay. So the way that I'm going to test this is I'm going to power it on. I'm going to adjust some settings like volume and the date. And then I'm going to unplug it from the wall. So you have to remove the power cord so that there is no way for the system actually to remember anything unless there is a battery on board, right? Which is what we just did. So before this change, of course it wasn't holding any of the settings, which it should basically be visible now when I as soon as it powers up, it's going to complain about the date being incorrect or something like that, which is a good indication that the CMOS battery is basically exhausted. Okay, so it's finishing booting up. See, that's the warning that I told you. So it's just there, complaining about the time. And of course the time is wrong, right? So let's make the time right. And not only that, but all the settings are gone. So let's change it back. So date and time. And so let's adjust everything. Time is 5:49. So 5:49 p.m. yeah, and today is so it's September 9 and the 2nd. And date formats, I'm going to put that back to British, yeah, day, month, year, yeah, that looks right. So yeah, 2nd of September, and then of course 2020 doesn't exist, so this is like 1920. It's not ideal, but at least it works. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So time is right now, and let's adjust, for example, like sound levels as well. Monitors and sound, and some brightness is off as well. And alerts, let's put the, yeah, this one here, and that's it. So power it off. Now it's disconnecting the power cable for a while, so I'm going to do this just now. Okay, power cable is off. So I'm going to wait about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to get back, reconnect everything, and then power it up again, see if that works. I will resume filming when that happens, okay? So I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, time for the truth. Let's power this on. And let's see what happens. So if it doesn't complain about the date and the time and date is correct, then we know that this worked. If it still complains about it, then something is not quite right. With it could be the connector that is maybe the contact might not be that great, so it could be oxidized or something like this. But the battery itself, it's working. Like I just tested it with the multimeter, you saw it. It's registering the right voltage and everything. So I have a strong conviction that this will work just as expected. So booting up. If this works, it's the cheapest way for you to basically recover this CMOS battery thing. As you can see, like time is still right, 5:57, which is exactly right. Date should be September 2nd. That's it, looking great, right? So the time and the date, they're just fine. And let's check the sound setting to see if it is the indigo sound still. Damn it. Should not be memory, should be monitors and sound. It's just that I don't have a mouse pad here, and those mouse with the balls, you know, like it's not very easy to control without it. Yeah, indigo, all good. So it's holding. Just so you guys know, like during the 5-minute period here, not only I disconnected everything, but I also like removed the whole motherboard again to swap the Velcro with a better one. So everything was really disconnected and it's working. So there you go, an easy fix for those PRAM batteries on those older Performa and Macs. So this works for the 5500 Macs, Power Macs. This also works for the 6200 and 6300 Performance, and also for the 5200 and 5300 and 5400 Performance as well, the all-in-one ones. Maybe it works for some other models as well that uses this sort of battery here. Right, so if you have this battery with this connector here, you can use this mod. So why it has to be this battery here? Because this one is 4.5 volts, right? It doesn't work with the other batteries because the other batteries are 3.6 volts. So you have to be careful with that. Just make sure it's 4.5, so you can add three AAA batteries, and then you have the 4.5 volts. If it is 3.6 volts or anything different than 4.5, don't do this, right? It could damage your board. That's it, guys. So thanks for watching. Bye.